Welcome back. It's Brian with Newland Farm. Today we're out here. We're going to try to get the garden tilled up, and we're going to try to get majority of it planted if we can. The wind's pretty windy, so you'll have to bear with us on the wind noise. But we got rain's in the forecast towards the end of the week, and we're just wanting to get it in the ground before it starts raining. We probably won't get our tomato plants out just yet, but we'll get them out probably next week. But we just want to get it tilled and show you kind of what we're doing.
Garden a little bit smaller this year, but I think it's plenty big enough. We always have plenty. We can increase a lot. We've already got some cabbages out over there. I'll show you in just a minute. And some onions. I just picked up 4 more pounds of onions. Today, test it out. That tractor right there, that was been in my family for a long time. My granddaddy rebuilt it way back in the day. Look at that, the tiller does so good. I'm gonna walk over here so I can show y'all my onions. Sorry, it's windy. It's always windy here. I did a video about putting out my cabbages, my cabbage plants, and they're all doing really well. Looking good. Only had a couple die off, and I've got some that I can put in their place. Look at all them onions. This is the difference of me planting without Brian, the cabbage, and then with Brian, he strings it out, makes it look good. That's why I don't plant a whole lot without him being here. He likes to have a good looking garden. See, here's Brian's doing. He's got the string strung out. The kids are planting some more onions. And then Brian's got.
I got my plates from Earthway. If you plant a very big garden and you don't have one of these, this right here is a time saver. It's a real investment. We really like it. You got different plates to run different seeds, and like I said, we've been using it for several years, and it makes it a whole lot easier. You don't have to get down there and hand plant everything. Each plate, if you can tell right here, it's got, like for instance, your sweet corn, the spacing on the plate is actually what lays them in the ground at the spacing they're supposed to be. And like for instance, here's it's for your peas, We've got one for carrots and cabbage and turnips. Normally my turnips, I sow them in the fall and I just broadcast them. But I mean, it'll do all the way down to like spinach. That's the one. Beans and small peas. So we're gonna plant over here taro beans first.
Yeah, that's fine. Let me get them.
Which a lot of our seeds we either get them from Park Seed or we get them from M.I. Gardner. These green beans here, we really like them. It's a bush bean. Sarah, she'll have to pronounce that name because
I can't even remember.
go ahead.
Bean Antigua organic seed. I'm not sure. We've used this bean for probably 4 years now. We used to use, what were they? Blue Lake. And these are a little bit smaller green bean, and we just prefer them better. See, here he goes. Measuring again.
Hey, I want it to look good.
I know, I told him that. You like to have a garden that looks good. There's the kids again, planting some onions. He's got to go down to that end and move the string over, and then he'll push it down this way. Last year I think we only did 2 rolls of beans, and we did, I can't remember how many quarts of green beans. I can't remember. I think it was 30 something. But and then we gave away quite a bit too. So 2 rolls at this length, they did well. Here he comes. It is a lot easier using that. It's pretty neat. It like trenches it out, drops the bean, and then covers it. And then all we do is mark the end of the rolls with stakes, kind of like, you can see that one over there, kind of. That marked the onions before they started coming up. So we've got some extra ones we'll put here and then just move the string down. See, that didn't take no time, did it?
No. Like I said, this we used to plant them just by hand. We'd make us a little trench and plant them by hand. This right here has actually got if you look, it's got a little chain drag on the back. It'll actually cover up that seed when you do it. Which it's hard to tell really the length on these rows, but they're actually right at 100-foot rows on this part of the garden here. We shrunk it down just a little bit this year from normal. Didn't really didn't want to, but this was just where we typically put our garden, and we had added some other things in back here over on the side, so we just sort of made it a little bit smaller. But one thing you'll notice too on my rows, a lot of people put them a lot closer together, and there ain't nothing wrong with that, but when I do it, I like to leave plenty of room. I can run a tiller through it, and which you'll see as we go through the season here. We don't normally weed much at all. Most of it's done with the tiller, and if honestly, I guess honestly, we probably don't weed with the actual one of these right here. We don't use one of these very little to none throughout the season, and which when we get ready to do our tomatoes, I'll show you what we do with them. But we actually put them in plastic. I know some people have mixed feelings on that, but we use a good heavy plastic, and we'll put normally put out about 40 tomato plants. And if I'll put a picture on there of last year's.
There's row 2 for green beans coming. The kids are still working on some onions. Our tomato plants was ready by this time last year. I didn't start them till real late this year, and that was my fault. So they're not going to be ready when we're ready, but we'll just have to wait on them. Good job.
Put this at the end of my tape over. Don't pull it too hard, you break it.
Now he's spacing, what'd you say, 6 foot?
Yeah, I've always put 6 foot between my squash and zucchini, which I won't put them together. Some people will tell you they will cross, and I have seen them cross. We've never had an issue. We normally put our squash on one side of our tomato plants, and then we put our zucchini on the other side of our tomato plants. So there's like roughly 20-25 feet between them. But by doing that, we've never had them cross like that.
So what he's going to do is he's going to go mark the other end the same, and then we're going to make little mounds to put either our squash or zucchini seeds in. And we normally put 4 seeds to a hill. We direct sow the squash and zucchini, beans, beets, Swiss chard, cucumbers. Most of the time we just direct sow corn. The only things that really start are tomatoes and peppers. I got Daddy planting some. Yeah. Sophie, you want some?
Yes. How many? 4 in
Remember
each?
last year when you planted them, they wound up everywhere but the mound. So just make sure this year.
They go on top of the mound. I'm just telling you. Cooper, did you make all the holes?
And a lot of times, a lot of people, they just, which we've done it, we've bought slips to do these and started seeds before. But from our experience, we can put a seed in there, and we've done it where we've put direct sowed some and put slips in others. And the ones we direct sowed actually caught the ones that we already had slips started for.
Sophie, how many you putting in there?
1.
Huh?
4 I was doing.
I know that.
You stay right there. So different view. Cabbage, onions, more onions, green beans, green beans. Then we did some beets and squash. And then some hills of crookneck squash. And then this area is for the tomatoes and peppers. And then these mounds are zucchini. And what he's doing now, down through there, is corn. And we'll probably have another row of corn. Can't wait to see everything coming up. It's gonna be so pretty.
All right, we're back out here. It's actually the next day. We got, last night we got quite a bit done. It got dark on us, but we'll walk you through and show you exactly what all we got planted. But what we're doing today is the last thing on our project, I guess, which we've got tomato plants, but they ain't quite ready to be set out. We probably won't set them out till next week. But I know they got rain in the forecast through the weekend, and the only bad part is if we don't go ahead and get ready for the tomato plants, it'll be too wet to till it. So what we do, I know some people probably may not like that the way we do it, but we actually put a 6 mil black plastic down, and we plant all our tomato plants and pepper plants actually in the plastic. We used a 6 mil. It's quite a bit heavier than the 4 mil. It don't tear near as easy when it comes time to pull it up. This right here, when it's time to turn the garden over for the fall, I actually just took a chain to the end of the plastic and it just pulls right out. It don't tear. And then which we pull it up every year and put new down every year. We do use the old plastic a lot of times for other projects we may have after the season's over, but because we plant the turnip greens in the garden every fall for a cover crop, which we do eat the turnip greens and turnips as well, but since we do that, we can't leave the plastic. We just pull it up and plow and till and re-sow it in turnip greens. But what we do, we've got right here, we've already got started on it. I'll take and I use a 20 by 100 roll of plastic, and what we do, we'll actually trench down one side and the back or the front here, and we'll layer plastic down in there, and then we take this dirt we trenched out, we'll cover it back up. And then we'll do the same on the other side. When we get done, it'll pull that plastic good and tight. And we'll get ready to do our tomatoes. We'll actually take and just cut a small slit in the plastic to plant our tomato in. And then we'll put straw on top of it, and then we'll set our cages on top of that. And we've had really good luck in the past. The advantage is we don't have to worry about, you don't have to worry about weeding, because the plastic keeps it out, but with the straw on it makes it actually stay moist underneath the plastic. It'll condensate, and generally, you know, our tomato plants are 6 foot tall and about 3 foot in diameter on our normal years. So, hey.
Last year, I think Cooper pushed this whole thing out by himself, and he crawled on his hands and knees and used his head.
I feel like it's never gonna end.
He had help this year. Okay, we got the plastic laid out. He already had this trench right here dug. We've got the edge of the plastic in the center of it, on the deepest part. And now what they're doing is holding plastic down and just covering it up with the dirt, and it'll hold the plastic in place. And then we'll do the same thing all the way around, and the plastic will be good and tight. Cooper, what are you doing? Are you helping? Hmm? Okay, this is what it looks like after he's got the dirt pulled back against the plastic. Now we're gonna do, where are you going?